Hello and namaste to everyone. My name is Ashu Kumar and I am pursuing my MTech in data science from Amrita School of Engineering, Bangalore. And today my presentation is about Ramayana, introduction to the central Sanskrit epic and its influence on Indian culture. This PPT will give you a clear idea about why Ramayana is so important from Hinduism perspective and also how the story has influenced the Indian culture since it's from the beginning. So let's start. And these are the introduction about Ramayana. Ramayana and Mahabharata, the two great epic of India, have captivated the heart of its people for several millennia. The Ramayana is an ancient Sanskrit epic attributed to the poet Valmiki and is an important part of Hindu Smriti. The name Ramayana is a Tat Purush compound of Rama and Ayana, going advancing, translating to the travels of Rama. It's basically a journey of Rama, and the Ramayana consists of 24,000 verses in 7 Karn and tell the story of Prince Ram of Ayodhya, whose wife Sita is abducted by the demon, it's mean Rakshas, king of Lanka, Ravan. The Ramayana means, as I have already told that, the Ramayana means Rama's journey and it's one of India's oldest story. It was first told in the Sanskrit epic poem of Valmiki some two and half thousand years ago. Valmiki version is thus also known as Valmiki Ramayana. It was written in Sanskrit and another famous version is written by Tulsidas, which is known as Ramcharitmanas, and it is in basically it is in Awadhi language, which is similar to Hindi. So anyone can easily understand by reading the Tulsidas Ramayana, because Valmiki is written in Sanskrit, so it is a little bit difficult to understand. Now, this story of Lord Rama has been told and retold in several languages from ancient India and is still relevant. Like there is no changes in the story. Then the Ramayana is not only the story of Rama, but this is also a story of other people. For instance, Lakshman, Bharat, and Hanuman. And we also can't forget Sita, Urmila, Vixen, and along with Kekai and Manthara. As with most traditional epic, since it has gone through a long process of interpolation and reduction, it is impossible to date it accurately. The Ramayana had an important influence on later Sanskrit poetry, primarily through its establishment of sloka meter. But like its epic cousin Mahabharata, the Ramayana is also not just an ordinary story. It also has same influence on society like Mahabharata. The everyone can relate Ramayana with their own personalities. This is the beauty of Ramayana, and the story is often retold in different ways through dharma, dance, and song. And these are the main channel through which the Ramayana had such a profound influence on Indian culture. Like in Dasahara, Ram Diwali, we play a drama and song, dance related to Ramayana, and it's impact our Indian culture in a profound way. And it contains the teaching of ancient Hindu sage and present them through allegory in narrative and the interspersion of the philosophical and devotional. The character of Rama, Sita, Lakshman, Bharat, Hanuman, and Raman are all the fundamental to the cultural consequences of India. One of the most important literary work on ancient India, the Ramayana has had profound impact on art and culture in the Indian subcontinent and also Southeast Asia. It's not only limited to India; it has impacted the entire world with his beauty, and it's also impacted the art and culture simultaneously. And these are the some key fact about Ramayana. The story of Rama also inspired a large amount of latter day literature in various languages, notable amount which are the work of 16th century Hindi poet Tulsidas and the Tamil poet Kambar of the 13th century, right? And the Ramayana is not just a Hindu religious tale, as we all know that it's not related to any religion. It's all about humanity, human being. So anyone can relate Ramayana with their own, and everyone can learn from Ramayana. It is not limited to any religious. Starting from the 8th century, the colonization of Southeast Asia by the Indian began, and several large empire like Majapatis and the Salendras and the Champas and the Sri Vijaya were established. From that time, Ramayana was we hear the story of Ramayana, and because of this, the Ramayana became popular in Southeast Asia and manifested itself in text, temple, architecture, and performance, particularly in Indonesia, where Java, Sumatra, Bali, and Borneo. These are the particular city in Indonesia. Thailand, Cambodia, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, and Vietnam. So you can see that the impact of Ramayana on this country also. And these are the structure of Valmiki Ramayana. Basically, Valmiki Ramayana is the oldest version of Ramayana. Is the basis for all the various Ramayana version of Ramayana that are prevalent in various culture. As I have stated that the Valmiki Ramayana is written in Sanskrit and it is one of the oldest. And whatever the another Ramayana is written in several languages, it's all come from this Valmiki Ramayana same, and the text survives in numerous complete and partial manuscript. The oldest surviving, which is dated from the 11th century AD. The current text of Valmiki Ramayana come down to us in two regional versions from north and south of India. And we know that Valmiki Ramayana has been traditionally divided into seven books dealing with the life of Rama from his birth to death. These are the like you can say the part or is Ramayana. Basically, Ramayana is divided into this like seven part. From this include the from the beginning, like from the date birth to the date of Ramayana. Like these are the Bal Kand, Ayodhya Kand, Aranya Kand, Kiskinda Kand, Sundar Kand, Yuddha Kand, and Uttarakhand. And I am going to giving some brief introduction about all these journey of Rama. And Balkand basically the book of young Rama, which details the miraculous birth of Rama, his early life in Ayodhya, his slaying of the demons of the forest at the request of Vishwamitra, and his wedding with Sita. And Ayodhya Kand, book of Ayodhya, in which Dasarath came to grief over his promise to Kekai, and the start of Rama exile. That means Rama Vanvas, which is for 14 years. And Aranyakand, book of the forest, which describe Rama's life in the forest and abduction of Sita by Raman, from where Raman has you can say the Raman has kidnapped the Sita in this particular phase, which is for 14-year journey of Rama. And next is Kiskinda Kand, book of Kiskinda, the one Vanar kingdom in which Rama befriends Sugriv and the Vanar army and began the search for Sita. From here, the searching of Sita has been started. And coming to the next Kand is Sundar Kand, book of Sundar Hanuman, in which Hanuman traveled to Lanka and finds Sita imprisoned there and bring back the good news to Rama. And next one is Yuddha Kand, book of war, which narrate the Raman war and return of the successful Ram to Ayodhya and his coronation. And the last one is Uttarakhand epilogue, which detail the life of Rama and Sita after their return to Ayodhya, Sita vanishment, and how Sita and Rama pass on to the next world. Like one of the most important part of Ramayana, like influence of Ramayana on Indian culture. The story of Rama was so popular that it flooded every corner of our country and overflowed to many countries abroad. We have seen ups and downs, rise and fall in the event of Indian history, but the Ramayana remained an everlasting source of inspiration to the every section of Indian people, similar to air, water, and the story of Ramayana has become an indispensable constituent of the life of our countrymen. Its internal message penetrates the heart of people residing even in the remotest part of the West, vast country through popular tales, painting, episode, oral, traditional, etc. This is the impact of Ramayana. Ceremony like marriage, Grih Parvesh are not complete without mantra, which have their origin in Ramayana and Mahabharata. Thus, Ramayana and Mahabharata have culturally and deeply influenced our Indian society. We can't neglect it. A huge popular television series, Ramayana, was aired in India 1987 and 1988, drawing over 100 million viewers to become the world's most viewed mythological serial. And since and this all the in during this epidemic when Corona COVID-19 came, at that time Ramayana was re again aired on DD National, which also break the record for most watching serials or most watching episode in all over the world. Is come on second position. And even in today's generation, the basic human ethics and values can be traced out back to the Ramayana can answer all our question and problem of present life. The solution to our problem lie in the flowing ideology presented in the epic. This is the beauty of Ramayana. And the Ramayana, being the oldest epic of India, is the storehouse of perpetual knowledge as well as the abundant source of information about the social and political atmosphere of ancient India. It is not only a very popular epic but also an ethical code of Hindus. The epic poet, statue, and marvelous story means that the story of Rama has been constantly retold by some of India's greatest writers, both in Sanskrit and regional languages also. It is also one of the staple of very various dramatic tradition in court drama, dance drama, and in shadow puppet theatre. In northern India, the annual Ram Leela or Ram plays perform at the autumn festival of Dasahara to celebrate with that also Ram Navami in which is celebrated in March or April month to celebrate with Rama and Sita the eventual triumph of light over darkness. And also in Diwali, the Hindu art, religion, culture, history have been primarily affected by two major literary work of ancient India, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. The Ramayana has traveled through century and civilization in the Indian origin and culture. Its influence has been ever living, being not only in India but also almost the whole of Southeast Asia. That's the beauty of influence of Ramayana. It's a deeply impact on our culture. And these are the some morals in Ramayana. In his Ramayana, Valmiki express his view of human code of conduct through Rama. Life is evanescent and the hedonistic approach to its meaningless. However, that should not allow one to indifferent to one's own right and duties laid down in the ancient text. He thus adopts the view that dharma is what it is proclaimed in the Veda and it should be followed for its own sake, not for what it brings you in pain or pleasure, right? And same I am continuing this slide also. Doing this will ensure one's welfare in this and the next world. In addition, Ramayana also reinforces the need for thinking about the consequences before making promises. For if you make them, you must keep them, no matter how hard it may be. Sanchep Ramayana, the brief narration of the entire Ramayana story by the sage Narad to Valmiki, formed the first surge of Valmiki Ramayana. And the next slide is concept of dharma, arth, kama as per Ramayana. What is the meaning of this dharma, arth, kama according to Ramayana? That will say see in this slide. The concept of dharma, arth, kama and moksha are very old Hindu concept. These are also known as purusharth. Basically, there are four purusharth, which is a arth, dharma, kama, and moksha. And these are the two prominent instances of it being defined in Ramayana. The first was when Bharat came to forest, that is Chitrakoot, to meet Rama, and Rama asked him whether he followed the rules of dharma, artha, and kama properly. As per Rama, it is defined as earth should not interfere with dharma and vice versa. And similarly, karma should not interfere with either dharma or with artha. Since Bharat was already knowledgeable, he was too reminded in very short word. But dharma here means the duty and the welfare one does for the society. Making well, for example, is a part of dharma of kind, earth meaning earning. As it is further asked by Rama, the king has to see that there is enough income from taxes. The salaries to the employees are given at proper time, and the tax should not be more than 1 by 6, that is 16.6 percentage of person income. And the kama means pleasure here. One is allowed to have pleasure but without affecting the duties and earning. The other instance of this concept come in Yudhikand. Here Kumbhakaran, Ravan's brother, advises Ravan that one should use the dharma in the morning, earth in the daytime, and calm at night. He further says to Ravan that he is busy with kama all the time and this will take him to the destruction, and which is absolutely correct in the last. And interestingly, one of Raman's minister Mahodra scolded Kumbhakaran and to please his master says that the king can enjoy kama at any time. And the importance of one man being wedded to only one of five, this is the best example in Ramayan. Like during Ramayan period, a polygamy was quite prevalent and it was quite an acceptable social norm for king to marry many women. Like Rama own father Dasrath was wedded to three wives, that is called queen, and he had innumerable concubines at his palace. In a stark contrast to his father, Rama remained wedded and staunchly loyal to his only wife Sita. With this qualification, he held his head high as the strongest king ever ruled in Bharat, that is called India. He set example for future generation of men as to what constitute a sterling quality for the responsibility of man in society. This is the true definition of man. And these are the conclusion of Ramayana. The Ramayana is the plampic set of cultural, social, religious, philosophical, and other impulses on the Indian society. You cannot get away from the story. The